is another stunning day. Saturday, +8 Celsius. We've come to a little tiny town, Lockport, Manitoba, to go over the bridge and show you the locks. This is literally the cutest little strip mall. And this store here, it's called Eveline Street Clothing. Fantastic clothes in there, but if you want Flubog shoes in Winnipeg, that's where you go. This is like Lockport Grocery and General Store. That's so cute. Oh my gosh, are those like apartments on the top? That is very cute. Bait and tackle, firewood, coffee to go, 49 cents. That's a deal. Fireworks even. Video King. This is a very popular drive for people to take. They come up Henderson Highway from Winnipeg all the way up here and go over the bridge. It's also a very popular fishing spot. We'll go down to the river and show you a little. There's people out on the ice, which is mind-blowing. The locks, the water at the locks, I feel like it's nearly always open year-round, or is it ever frozen completely? Right at the locks, like right where it comes out?
You know, that's a good question. I think so. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't been
there's
here
ages.
in ages. I've never been here midwinter.
But I did catch a glimpse of people like right on the ice sitting there fishing. But oh, this is Gaffers. It's been around for a long time. It's got a restaurant, huge lounge up there. As we approached the bridge, we weren't quite sure if it looked like there was somewhere we could actually walk, but there's stairs, so I'm assuming there's somewhere to walk. Oh, there's a lot of cars on the other side too. It's just gorgeous. There's a little bit of wind when we're up top, but compared to yesterday, this is nothing. And this +8, she's a stunner. I feel like I say this in pretty much every video, but in the summer, this place is just hustle and bustle. There's people out there. Like, it actually looks slushy and there's people on the water. This is very moist.
It really is people.
Yeah. So this little park here has little fire pits and picnic tables. See a lot of people in the summer right on the bank of the river, fishing right off the edge. Same with across the way. It stretches for a little while that way. There's people out there. Like, does it not look like it's mid-melt to you and partially slushy? And oh, that's what I was talking about, where you can actually see like it's open and it's moving fast. Danger, strong currents, indeed. Do we bother? It's pretty mucky. Oh, there's a whole ice shack down there. I don't know if you can see that little red dot. There's like a little waterfall down the walking trail.
Walk around the fence and you can see.
Yeah. Everything is melting, melting. Oh, there's geese. think you can actually go down there in the summer, because on the other side people fish right down there. Oh, is that a rail bridge underneath? Or is that just an access bridge? Oh, I think it's just access. To like repair them maybe? Oh, hang on, I'm just gonna check something. Oh. Didn't say anything, I thought it would tell us something. My phone wants to focus on the fence. Yeah. Let's see what this one says. Oof. Oh, they made a this part, I guess, is a concrete fishway, which was constructed after the opening of the dam and the locks. There's 32 pools. The fish can move around the dam by jumping up or down the series of pools. If you watch the pools carefully, catfish up to 25 pounds are often spotted using the fishway, because somebody from the US complained that because this was built, it stopped the Canadian fish from going down into the United States. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Whoa. Watch out. I'll go under you. Oh, that's just about the conservation area. Oh, there's common fish species. Do I dare walk on this?
I'll hold you.
Become part of the walk. Pickerel, sauger, sea walleye, northern pike, sturgeon, bullhead, catfish, which is what we see the most, goldeye, mooneye, yellow perch, rock bass, white bass, burbo, carp, and white sucker. And it notes the limits, so that if you're fishing and you catch X amount, you gotta throw back.
You might get a better view from the other side.
Yeah, probably, because I think you can go down. Or even up on the bridge. Whoa. Okay. I'm gonna go over to the not so icy section. Ugh, it's muck. So just down Henderson, which is where we popped up, which was right on the corner, there's a diner called the Half Moon Drive-In, which I presume at some point was a drive-in, where they'd bring their food out, maybe even on roller skates. And inside, it is very still retro. It's got, you know, the padded vinyl booths and lots of chrome and like Marilyn Monroe and James Dean on the walls, and I think that's even the one that has the little jukeboxes at every table, which is really cute. And then across the bridge, you've got Skinner's, which is quite a bit like the Half Moon. Hang on. In that it's a little diner as well. And there's actually two Skinner's locations. There's one on the right side once you're across the bridge, and then there's one just down to the left, which is more like if you want to have a little picnic in sort of the park they have for this area, you go to that one. But the one that's on the right hand side that we'll see probably was put there because there used to be a water park right behind it, Skinner's Wet and Wild, which closed down a number of years ago. Okay, so this bridge, it's a little frightening in a car, and I have never done it on foot. It's a very narrow bridge. So that's a little park we were just in. It's actually not as windy up here as I thought it would be. I wonder what that little building is. That brick one. Oh, it is actually warmer than I thought. But yeah, there's a pretty steady stream of vehicles. It's kind of a hot spot. Maybe. It's got nice windows. So I'm gonna hold on to this for dear life. That's where we were standing a minute ago. That's a lot of open water. There's people right there. People be crazy when it comes to fishing. So the history of this all started in like the mid to late 1800s, where this section was actually a series of rapids that they said a lot of the large vessels couldn't navigate, so boats that shipped product couldn't get up like beyond here to Selkirk, and the ones from the Selkirk area and above, like fishing vessels and whoa, hang on. Oh, somebody's coming this way. Street, narrow sidewalk. They couldn't go north to south nor south to north from in this general area. So in 1880 they decided they needed to dam it, and it took a long time for them to like decide who and how. And in the early 1900s, like literally 1900, 1901, they started construction. But for like a good 5 years, I might just hang on with the story till we're across because it's windy. Apologies for the wind, I'm sure it's noisy. Skinner's. That white building across the bridge. Maybe we'll walk over there. The cement there is where a lot of people fish from, if not in boats or like on the ice. Oh, I thought the gates were open, but they're not. But we'll get a better view. This is the actual like lock. You can kind of see the doodad that opens. So while the dam is to the right, this would be the lock. Boats would enter behind us. This would fill with water or empty water, whichever. Empty, lower them to this water level, and then the gates would open. I think Pat and I both had dreams that we were on the canoe and we entered the lock, and it was terrifying. Now I gotta figure out how to get down. There. Here. Oh, they got their convertible top down. I don't feel like it's that warm yet, but okay. Go for it. Oh, there's stairs. So the second Skinner's is straight ahead where those cars are parked, and where that big line of trees is where there used to be a water park. So what I was trying to say up top before it got super windy was, back in the late 1800s, it was determined that the rapids here were too strong for vessels to pass through, like large shipping vessels. So nothing was going to the north from the south beyond here, and vice versa, which really limited the amount of supplies going either way, including lumber, food, all sorts of stuff. A lot of the fishing that occurred north of here couldn't be brought down here. So they decided to create a dam, which we can get a pretty good view of. Hang on, there's a car coming. Go up this side. So this is the back end of it. So in 1880 is when they decided to make the dam. But it took them a good 20 years to figure out how. And then for 5 years they attempted. And because the rapids and the current was so strong, it kept flooding their work sites and taking equipment away, downriver, upriver. So they had to like hit pause and rethink what they were doing. And they enlisted a new firm who went to Europe to see how do they do it there. That's where we just were. And he came back with a new idea. It's called, I think it was called a curtain dam, named after a person if I recall. And then to those plans, in 1905, they added the lock, which we just saw. Which I'm hoping we can maybe see a little closer. I'm not too sure. Everything's pretty locked up. No pun intended. Yeah. So in 1907, they finally had like adequate drawings of what they wanted to do. Holy bananas, it is hot out of the sun, or out of the wind. Skinner's is
loaded.
Bursting. We will not go in. It would take forever to get served right now. I think maybe on our way out. And in 1910, they were finally ready to use the lock. So in May of 1910, a vessel called the Victoria came through successfully. And then a vessel called the Alberta came through, and it was late. It was held up for 2 hours at the Redwood Bridge in Winnipeg, because the Redwood Bridge and I think the Louise Bridge, they were like swinging bridges, so they had to spin it so that the ship could get through. But after it had been spun once, it got stuck. So they had to wait for somebody to come and fix it so they could spin it back open again. And then it came. And then it was officially opened. See, there's people waiting. Lots of motorcycles. This is a major motorcycle route in the summer. Yeah, in July of 1910, officially open. I think the Prime Minister was Laurier. He came, did a speech. And the Manitoba was the first, like, quote unquote official vessel to make it through the locks. And now tons of stuff comes through. And because the water, it's all gravity fed, the locks. So to lock through, they say, takes about 20 minutes for the water to rise and fall. So ships are waiting about 20 minutes. Maybe this is for kids. It's talking about looking for pelicans and noisy seagulls. And there's a memorial. I'm gonna undo my jacket a bit.
You want me to hold your camera while you take
That's
some
okay.
stuff?
So yeah, see, 1910. They had a little anniversary in 2010. That's cool. So people come, they have picnics, they get their snacks, their din-din, their ice cream from Skinner's. Curtain Bridge Dam. Oh, that's the other thing. It is actually the only lock in all of the prairies. And it's the largest in the world, according to this. Precise water level control on the river. Ooh, this one talks about the cost of construction. The men working on it were paid 15 to 25 cents an hour. Many men drowned. That's nice. The final cost, I guess that's no different than like the big skyscrapers, right? Where there was no safety. Final cost was $3.5 million, which was a huge amount in 1910. So that's under construction. You can kind of see it taking shape here.
It's actually a great picture for
Yeah.
1910.
So pretty much every river we've walked along in our other videos has been the Assiniboine, right? And this is the red. So this will come up the other side of the forks.
The lock here actually is empty. It's a little water
Yeah.
right now.
Well, I guess it's frozen and low. We have not had a lot of snow, a lot of rain. So normally there's the river. This is a little island in the middle. Water would flow in here. And the ships would come along here, enter this. This is like 11 meters deep. And I think it was like either 32 meters across.
That sounds right.
Yeah. So as long as your ship is those parameters, you can make it through. I wonder what that sign says. What a gorgeous day.
Have you ever been in the middle? I wonder if there's a way to get there.
I was just thinking, like, if there's picnic tables over there, that means there's a way to get there, but I don't see any. You could maybe, like, pull up on a canoe, but there's no, well, I mean, right now you could walk over, but that looks like it would steal your legs from you. It's pure muck. So we started over there. And the actual lock is right there. And then that's all where they control the water flow. And just beyond here and to the right, like if you keep going up the river and just sort of around the nook of that little park we were at on the other side, is where the floodway enters this portion of the river. The floodway was a diversion ditch, essentially, to help reduce flooding of the river all the way to like the US, right? Or is it, where does it end?
No. It starts in the south side of the city and this is the north end of the lock of the
Floodway.
Diversion floodway dam. And I think Duff Roblin was the one who initiated
Duff Roblin was the guy behind it. I think he was like a premier, wasn't he? Yeah. They called it Duff's Ditch.
Yeah, so it starts just to the south of, just south of our place, really.
Yeah. And it is also very low right now. We have a tiny little ski hill on the way out here where they make their own snow, and it's kind of funny because the bottom of the ski hill is the bottom of the floodway, and because it's been so nice and we've had hardly any snow, it's actually water at the bottom, but they're still skiing. They made a bit of a snow berm so people don't go skiing directly in. Do you want to go peek at that church?
Sure.
There's a much older church along this road. This is also one of the popular scenic drives of summertime. River Road in St. Andrews. And there's a very historic church partway down. Do you remember what it's called?
St. Andrews Church?
Oh, St. Andrews Church. Because we are in the St. Andrews municipality, I believe. So this isn't the old church, but it looked neat. So this is where, considered part of the town of Lockport. There's really not much to Lockport. If you carried on beyond the bridge, there's a tiny little section of commercial retail. Oh, there's cars here.
Yeah, there's people in there.
Oh. We'll just admire it from the outside. Looked older across the street. It's weird to be having crunchy leaves underfoot instead of crunchy snow. We'll go under the bridge and see if we can get down at all. Catch some people fishing.
When we entered there, there's a walkway that goes that way. I'm not sure.
Okay. If it's open. What was kind of neat about the water park is it sat abandoned for quite some time. So there was graffiti and such there. But it became kind of a hot spot to sneak into and take photographs of. And some people got some really awesome shots. And then I think there's a radio personality in Winnipeg who took portions of like the slides, I guess it's fiberglass, and fashioned Christmas decorations out of them and then sold them for a charity. I guess before it was completely demolished. It's kind of cool. Oh, those people are inside over there, so maybe we can get through. But yeah, can you imagine this area in like 1880? and that these were rapids. Like, it's so weird. So now, because people can get through here, they can go, oh, this will go to like the Broken Head River, and then all the way into Lake Winnipeg, and then yeah, that's cool. But like even beyond Lake Winnipeg is what I was gonna say. So like literally Hudson Bay, right?
What's that?
You could go literally all the way to Hudson Bay. Do you remember that show we watched? It was like a local, what was the company? Oh, Frantic Films. Quest for the Bay.
Yes.
And they had to like basically exist like in fur trader type times with only that sort of clothing and only that sort of food. I remember they ate a lot of like blueberries and whale fat or something like that. I can't remember what it was called, but I remember like, ugh. And they paddled in a York boat.
Oh yeah.
From the Forks. I remember watching the first episode. They got on at the Forks, and then I remember they had to deal with this in some fashion. I don't remember if they portaged around it or if they went through the lock. I can't remember. And they paddled pretty much all the way to Churchill, I think.
Yeah, I think they went through the lock, if I remember correctly.
I think that's what I remember watching too. That's probably why we had those dreams about the lock in the canoe. It was cool. It was like all guys and one girl, Rosanna Schick, and I think she's in film production now too, if I'm not mistaken. They also did Pioneer Quest. Remember where those couples lived as though it were pioneer times? It was kind of cool because I actually worked in a hunting and camping store shortly after that, and the woman of the older couple that did Pioneer Quest came in the store. Actually, I think they both did, but I chatted with the woman, and she said that one of her main lessons after doing that was to keep things simple. You know, like it was right around Christmas, and she's like, it need not be fancy like we think it need be fancy. So yeah, if you went straight just to the right, you'd see the exit of the floodway. I wonder if these guys caught anything. Lots of danger signs. In the summer when this is all thawed, this whole section here, super close to where it all comes out, tons of boats. Hey, how'd they, oh, they went through.
It doesn't go through there.
Oh. But yeah, and then just down a ways, I think it's called Cats on the Red, and they'll take you fishing. Sent a few work groups there. So the black stairs across, kind of like right here, those were the two walls we saw, and this is where they would pop out inside this yellow marked area. It's pretty. Eee. If you carry on down here, it's more of River Road, and you pop out kind of at like Upper Fort Garry area. See? Oh, there's a mural we missed. Let's see what it is before we go back up. So this is literally like a 15-minute drive from the edge of the city, I'd say.
That's not far.
And if you go up Henderson, it's scenic. There's a lot of greenery, a lot of nice homes. If you come up River Road, beautiful homes. You see the river a lot of the way. Oh, I guess this is a replica of like the opening day. Those are the locks. That's one of the boats. I guess the guy with the white hair and the hat giving the speech is Laurier. That's cool.
What is that? Or soccer? Would you guess? I'm not sure.
I don't know. Maybe. Oh no, the first one was the Manitoba. So they'd probably be on the Manitoba. Followed shortly, I think, by the Manitoba. I don't know, everything was a Toba. So we'll head back up. We just thought it was a gorgeous day to go for a little walk. Something a little different. Get out of the city. Thought we'd bring you along with us. Also want to send a huge thank you and a shout out to Cynthia, who's been watching my videos and sent me a very generous, lovely PayPal. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was very kind of you. Cynthia was actually born in Winnipeg and emigrated to California when she was 3 and has been enjoying watching Winnipeg through my eyes. So thank you, Cynthia. That was very lovely of you and very much appreciated. See it good here. Yeah. Oh, look at this little old place. Very cool. Where the boats come through. I'm very nervous putting my phone through there. Whoa. Where? Oh, I can't see them now, they're hidden. Oh! Oh, they're gone. We need Bert. Didn't Bert have pigeons? I know, I'm trying to like watch cars, not drop my phone, stay on the bridge, sidewalk. I don't know, man, there's open water over there and they're still out there. I see some discoloration on the ice, which means they've probably caught a few things. There's some people fishing down there. So if you're enjoying my videos, please hit the like button. From what I understand, that just lets YouTube know that people are indeed watching, and I would appreciate it. It's the little thumbs up sign. Oh, look at all the geese.
Oh,
I don't know if you can tell. If you see little specks that look like pepper on the ice, those are all geese. They're probably very confused about why they're back here so early. Maybe they never left. I don't know. We had a really weird winter. So on this bluest of blue and sunniest of sunny Saturdays, thank you for joining us in Lockport.